Hey everybody! This is another video on the laws of indices, multiplying and division, but they're not basic, they're a bit harder. So if you want to go back to the other video, which says basic in the top right hand corner, that will give you the groundwork on how to use the laws of indices. So we're going to crack on. So we know that when we multiply, we need to add the indices, the powers, okay? Because that's the formula. So we have, for example, 12 here. That would be our base. Then we have our power, which is here, times the 12 again, because that's the same. If you remember, we add them. So if I put a 3 here, we would go 12 and we would do 2 plus 3 equals 12 to the power of 5, if you remember, okay? So let's go on to this one. 4 times 4, 4 to the power of 2, 4 to the power of 3. So we know that our base is 4, and we know we have to add our powers. So the answer is 4 to the power of 5. Next, we know our base stays the same, and we're going to 2 plus 7 equals 5 to the power of 7, 8, 9. There's your answer. Same again. We know our base is 2. Remember, we can have as many bases. They'll all be 2. Nothing changes. It will always be 2. And we're going to add 5 plus 7 plus 3, which gives our answer at 2 to the power of 5, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? So now our base are going to be letters. It's the same rule. Nothing changes. Our base doesn't change because remember the formula, they're always the same. It's just a letter. So now our base is A instead of a number, and we add our powers. Nothing has changed. We're just using letters. Same again. Our bottom is our base, is Z. 6 plus 4. So our answer is Z to the power of 10. Same again. It's U. 3 plus 5 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Same again. It's a C. 15 plus 7 plus 9. I'm to think about that one. So that's 15, 20, 22, 22, 32, 31, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then we've got B, 7 plus 3 plus 8. So that's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to be 18. That's it. Multiplying, but this time we've got letters instead of numbers. Okay? Let's move on to divide. Same as the other video, the basic video that I need you to look at before you watch this one. Call this a part 2 in theory. So let's do nice and simple. So this law is 10 to the power of 10 divided by 10 to the power of 2. So as it's a divide, we subtract. So we're going to, it's 10 as we know, and it's going to be 10 subtract 2. And our answer is 10 to the power of 8. Okay? Remember, it's a formula and it doesn't change. So when you remember, when you divide, you subtract. Even though it's really weird, and you go, why we're doing this is pointless. It's something you need to understand to pass your GCSE exams. And this comes up in foundation, and it also comes up in higher. So, an example I've done there, base is the same, 9, 6 and 2. Obviously, I've subtracted, and the answer is 9 to the power of 4. So 7 to the power of 10 divided with 7 to the power of 2. So we've got 7. 10 subtract 2 is 7 to the power of 8. The next base stays the same. 13 subtract 6 equals 4 to the power of 7. I think that's right, yeah. So the next one is 8. 17 subtract 12 equals 8 to the power of 5. Same again, so D. 18 subtract 3 equals D to the power of 15. Next one, G. 15 minus 12 gives us G to the power of 3. And finally, it's a T. 8 minus 8 equals T. Okay? But there's one thing I do want to remind you actually on this one. There's going to be 2 rules here. Because in theory, that's saying T to the power of 0, isn't it? Well, another cheeky law of indices comes into this. So what that means is, I'll bring it down here. When you get T to the power of nothing, the answer is actually 1 on its own. Now, we are going to go on to those in another video. I didn't want to complicate it, but I thought I'd bring it in just at the end as a cheeky, you know what's coming. So we're going to be using another rule, which you think is absolutely ridiculous, but you do need to know it. I'll speak to you in the next video, guys. Bye.